In this video, we will show you how to maintain the component templates in the basic mode. You can see in the basic mode, the format will show us basic and there are no groups in the basic mode. Whatever masters, that is the component templates you are creating, you can just only you can create one set. One set means you can create any number of component templates, but you cannot create your customer specific or OEM specific or group specific templates. Whereas in advanced mode, you can create components templates for different groups. The component menu is accessed through settings, components. So you will get a new screen like this. As you can see, if you have created existing components will be listed here. If you want to add a component, click on the add component. So the menu is somewhat similar to what you see in the advanced mode, but with less features and less options. You have a component name, you can give optionally, you can give a descriptions, you can give a location, same as in the advanced mode. Location is where the all the artifacts for your component will be saved. You can create any location or can create a new location. Give a customer name, part name, whatever part name you have, part number, model. You can also create a component image, which is again same as that you have in the advanced mode. The component image can be a drawing or can be some representations which gives you an idea about the components and the joints that forms the components. Again, this component will appear in the report in the component reports. You can click on the load, you can browse the directory where your components are. So if you look at the component tab, image tab, you can see that your component image is loaded here. Now you have to add the joins. Joins and jobs are both same. In the basic mode, we call it as jobs. Jobs are nothing but all the joins. Each join you see in this yellow ellipse is a job which you are going to measure. We will be cutting this bigger sample into smaller pieces, isolating each joins or jobs, and then using an abrasive cutting machine, we will get the cross section. You will polish it, etch it, and do the measurement. So, as discussed in the advanced mode, there can be different types of joints like T joint, butt joint in advanced mode, whereas in basic mode, you don't have any joint types. You don't define any joint types. You will just select the parameters for each joints. If your joints are different, for example, in this, if WJ206 is different from WJ631, which is again different from other joints, you can create, just like in advanced mode, you can create separate jobs for each joints. You can create a job for each joints listing the parameters for that specific job or joint. If your parameters are same for all the jobs or joints, what you can do is you can just create one job for every joints and use that job to measure all the joints. So what we will do here is that you will create one job, just generic name and a job link, just create it for only first joint, that is WJ206. Job link is what link this job name, whatever job joint we are creating, to a specific joint in your component. Initially, we'll specify that it is WJ206. You can all select the parameters that you want. You can do select all, or you can select specific parameters and add to your list. Right now we are selecting all the parameters. Here we have discussed in the previous page about the expected values and tolerances. This is where we can set the values, your expected values and tolerances at the master level. There are two options here. Either you can set your expected values and tolerances at this point and save it as a master, or at the time of measuring also you have an option to add or set the expected values and tolerances or change the values what you have set in the master. For example, you can set some values and at runtime you can change it also. Right now I am setting as penetration, my expected value is 1 mm. I am saying my tolerance is 0.2. That means this is the range. My depth penetration should be between 0.8 and 1.2. Thickness, we don't really set any conditions for thickness because that is the raw material sheet thickness that is coming. Percentage penetration, again you can set. Similar depth 2, I put 1.2. Leg 1 should be at least 2 mm. At least 2 mm. So I am putting tolerance minus. Leg 2 also at least 2 mm. And I'm adding it. Here if you see, there are one more thing. There is no option to specify a joint master image, which is available in the advanced mode. Basic mode has only a you can specify only a component image. You click on the add button. If you see, you can see the list of what you have created as job 1. If you want, you can create such entries for each of these joints specified in the master. Like W, you can create another one for WJ631. You can create another entry for WJ633, another entry for WJ205, like that. But in basic mode, more or less the parameters same. Since you don't define different types of joints, what normally users do is they select all the parameters and create one joint template. Like what we have done here, we have selected all the parameters and set it as a joint template and use this joint template for measuring all the joints. So if you have seen here, there is a job link which you have specified. At the time of saving a joint data, you can specify the link, modify the link, and link at that time of saving the data, you can link it to the component, which we will see during the measurements. So after defining the joint template, I'm saving my data, job data saved. Now if you see, this is the component that I created just now. If you want to modify it, you select it and you can click on update the component and you can make the necessary changes to the component if you want. In the next video, we will go into defining, creating a sample and doing the measurements.